I may not be much, but I'm all I have. Just a worn out heart and an old cowboy hat. Sometimes I sit and watch that sun go down, wishing I could turn it back somehow. Back to gravel roads and barefoot days. Mama calling me in when the skies turn gray. No bills, no worries, no broken fights. Just fireflies floating in the summer light. Time is a gift, it slips through our hands like water in a river over gravel and sand. You hold on tight, still it keeps moving on. Those moments you miss are already gone. So love your people while you still can. No promise says we'll get another chance. We don't have all the time in the world to wait. Time is a gift you cannot replace. There were moments, I'll be honest and say, I left good love back in yesterday. Chased things that never mattered at all. Left memories hanging on an unused wall. Now I make time for the ones I love, 'cause life don't pause, it just keeps moving up. I call my folks, I hold my friends. I try a little harder to be present again. Time is a gift, it slips through our hands like water in a river over gravel and sand. You hold on tight, still it keeps moving on. Those moments you miss are already gone. So love your people while you still can. No promise says we'll get another chance. We don't have all the time in the world to wait. Time is a gift you cannot replace. You only get so many sunsets, so many nights around that kitchen table. Feels like we have forever, then forever turns unstable. Time is a gift, so take it slow. Hold them close, let your love show. 'Cause every heartbeat, every sunrise is a blessing that money can't buy.
You only get so many sunsets, so many nights around the kitchen table. Feels like we have forever, forever turns unstable. Time is a gift, so take it slow. Hold them close, let your love show. 'Cause every heartbeat, every sunrise is a blessing money can't buy. Time is a gift you can't replace. Time is a Gift by James Hilton. Great song. All right, in the garage here with Miss Kara. Say hey, Miss Kara.
Hey, guys.
Got Mike Robertson, special guest here. Say hey.
Hey, Bob. Thanks for having me.
What the hell was that?
It's your phone.
Okay, like I said, I've got Mike Robertson here, and he and his wife, Beth Ann, are good friends with Karen and I. We see them at the OU football games, and been real fortunate to be able to go some of the games and go up in the suites with the Brady Bunch and all that. But last game is LSU versus OU at OU. We got to talking about it, watching a football game, and me and Ron and Mike was talking and said, why don't we do a podcast on some of this football that's coming up and discuss it? And I kind of just let it go like that. And Mike contacted me about a week or so ago and says, hell, I want to come down and do a podcast. So Mike's here. I'm going to kind of give a rundown on, give some history on Mike. Can you, where'd you grow up, Mike?
I grew up in Allen, Texas.
Allen, Texas. Now,
Allen,
where's
Texas.
that
I didn't know
That's north of Dallas, about 30 miles.
at? North of Dallas?
Yeah. Back then, it was about 2,500 people.
Yeah, about like Lindsay then.
Yeah. So my family moved to Oklahoma in 1981,
Okay.
and then they all moved back down there, and I've been an Okie ever since.
Okay, so you went to school in Texas and graduated high school there, and you.
Nope. 1981, I moved to Newcastle as a
Okay.
sophomore.
Okay, so you moved to Newcastle as a sophomore in high school.
Yep.
Then you played. What sports did you play?
Played football there at Newcastle and basketball.
Football and basketball. Where did you go to college?
Went to East Central University.
East Central at Ada.
Go Tigers.
Did you play ball over
Yeah.
there?
Oh, this is a great story. I'll just tell you a real quick story. I walked on.
Okay.
Now, in high school, I was quarterback, I was free safety, I was a punter, I was a kicker. So we walk on East Central, and they give me a chance the first day at free safety. We're in pads, okay? They run an option,
Right.
and I'm responsible for pitch. I scraped down through there, 4-yard loss. Pat me on the old butt, and man, my walk on pretty good. Next play, they had a transfer from OSU, Shake Evans. He did a stop and go on me. He did a stop. I bid on it. He was gone, about 30 yards behind me. And I said, Coach, I think I'm going to go over and kick. He said, Mike, that's probably a good idea.
Exactly.
So from then on, I went and kicked. I was a walk-on, got a full scholarship, kicked there for 3 years, graduated.
Nice.
It was a good time.
Wow. So that was that would have been like 83 when you started, or 84.
Graduated in 83, started 84, graduated in 87.
Okay. Then you degree in what, sports or
No, teaching.
teaching? Okay.
I was a history teacher, wanted to coach since I was in second grade.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So you are Newcastle, then went to East Central, then you pursued a coaching career.
Exactly.
Where'd you end up?
First job was in Chickasha, Oklahoma. I was there for 5 years, had a guy by the name of Stephen Alexander,
Oh, yeah.
who went on to play at OU.
Yes.
Yeah.
His son's playing at Iowa State right now.
Okay, so Stephen was one of your
First group I've ever coached. And he only lives down here about a mile from you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My daughter used to babysit those boys.
Yeah, just lives
Yeah.
down the road here. Yeah, and he's got a child that's playing at Iowa State.
Iowa State.
So you was a Chick-say chick for 5 years.
5 years.
Then where'd you?
Went back home to Newcastle for 3.
Yeah.
And there I was the defensive coordinator. And then I got an opportunity to go to Westmore as
Okay.
defensive coordinator.
Okay.
And then a guy by the name of Mike Whaley became the head coach while I was there
At Westmore.
at Westmore.
Okay. You didn't know was Tommy Knowles around then?
Tommy was more.
Okay, he was more. Then you went to
Him and Ray
Knowles.
Goldsby were over there, yeah.
Yeah, Tommy Knowles was a OSU graduate, played football from Lindsay, Oklahoma. I knew Tommy and Danny. Danny went to school at OU, and Tommy went to school at OSU.
They're good people.
Yes.
Good
and,
people.
Their mom was my mom's hairstylist.
Oh, nice.
So we used to go, and she was doing it at her home. So we'd go, the boys go see Tommy and Danny. They're a few years younger, and I just idolized them because one of them's OSU and one's an OU football player. You never coached at Lindsay, right?
I did. So when
after
Mike Whaley took the job at Westmore, he was good friends with some people in Blanchard and Dole Gredeman.
Okay,
And
yeah.
Dole Gredeman was a superintendent down at Lindsay.
Yeah, Doyle was a superintendent there. Then, so you hired on at Lindsay.
Hired on as Lindsay.
What year was
I
that?
want to say 99,
99. So
maybe 98.
who was the head coach at the time?
I was the head coach when I went down there.
Okay, you went
Don
down there. as the head
Steedberger was
coach.
there before me. Steedberger, Coach Steedberger.
Okay, I don't remember him.
He was at Washington prior to that.
Okay, so when was my brother-in-law's H.O. Estes? When was he there? After you or before you?
Before.
Okay, then Tommy Holt was before you then.
Before me.
Okay, and what was some of the Lindsay players that kind of stick out in your memory? I'd see if I.
Well, my first year I had 5 seniors, and it was like James Birch, Chris Flood.
Okay.
Is that who Aaron's married to?
Huh?
Is Aaron married to Chris?
Yes.
Okay.
That Aaron Bruton is married to Chris
Chris
Flood.
Flood.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And then Noah Lohman.
Noah, yeah, he's a big old boy.
Yes. So that's what I had.
Yeah, he had some pretty good athletes there. Get into the playoffs at all at Lindsay or?
We went all 3 years.
Okay.
We went to we were like 8-3, got beat by Millwood.
Right.
Next year we were like 8-3, traveled to Holenville, second round, got beat. And the last year we got beat by Jones.
Okay. Well, I saw, didn't Jones just win the championship
They just
over
did,
Washington, which was, to me, a shocker.
It was.
But I think Jones is a pretty decent team anyway. Then, like you said, when Millwood, back then and still yet, they were a powerhouse. I mean,
All the Woods brothers were playing when we were playing them.
Yeah, they got some They got some good athletes up there, and it's pretty interesting to see those
Two of the
players.
three I know played at OSU.
Yeah. How long was you at Lindsay? Then what was your next move?
I stayed there 3 years at Lindsay.
Yeah.
And that gave me 15 years of coaching.
Okay.
As a school teacher and your wife as a school teacher, I run out of money.
Right. Exactly.
And so there's my defensive line coach at Westmore, name's Eddie Herndon, went to work for corporate America.
Okay.
And he came down to the last playoff game. We're playing Bethany. I had 5 starters out and jeans. But at Lindsay, that's 10 starters because they all play both ways.
Right.
And I told him after the game, we got beat like 17-14. I said, you got any openings, holler at me.
So you was ready to make a
I made a career
move
change
and
completely.
What business did you go in?
Pharmaceutical sales.
Pharmaceutical. Okay, I thought that's what you was doing. Are you still doing that now?
Still doing that 23
Okay.
years later.
You work local or how does that work?
I got all southwest of Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah, I go out to Weatherford, Clinton, Elk City, down to Altus, Lawton, over to Ardmore, and all downtown OU.
Okay.
Health system.
And so you're still doing that, and as Beth Ann, she retired, didn't she?
She's retired.
Which is Michael's beautiful bride. But I thought she'd retired from teaching, and I've actually known Beth Ann probably say nearly 40 years myself.
Yeah, I was going to correct you on your opening statement, but I kind of let it go. The first time I met you, you were known to me as the red hot guy. I'm kind of like, what in the world is going on here? Oh, he's the red hot guy. So what do you mean? Oh, he goes to basketball games, and I have to have a red hot sucker for him every game.
Yeah. We'd sit at basketball. I'd sit right behind her and tap her on the shoulder. I said, "Okay, red hot lady, let me have red hot." And like I said, Michael couldn't ever. What in the heck's wrong with this
That's
guy?
great. I love it.
Red hot lady. And he finally put it together, and I said, "Hell, Hody Estes was my brother-in-law," and he got to look at me. I said, "Yeah, I grew up in Lindsay, and Hody's my brother-in-law, and blah, blah, blah," and we got to compare notes. He said, "Oh, shit, yeah. Hell, yeah, I know that now." But it's a small world like that. But at the LSU game, and OU come out with a win there. And like I said, Mike wanted to do a podcast, so did. And he said, "What are we going to talk about?" I said, "We're going to talk about your career growing up and what you've done and what you're doing now. And then we'll get to football." And I've got Mike stays on these games pretty close, and he understands the point spreads and all that good stuff.
Unlike your wife.
Huh?
Unlike your wife.
Yeah, my wife. She has no idea what point spread means.
I have an idea. I just don't get it.
Yes. She said, I said, "Well, say it's OU and -10. She said, -10? I said, "Play like they're -10 when the game starts. And the other team is 0 and we're -10. And she looked at me and said, "How in the hell does that work?"
I said, well, why can't the other team just be 10 and we're 0? And he goes, well, I said, doesn't that make sense?
Well, that's not bad, Karen.
Thank you.
One of my buddies called the house. One that was looking for me, I wasn't there. So she asked Beth, what was the line?
Yeah.
She said 31. I said, no, honey, it had to be like 4 or 5. No, the line on the field lit up like it was 31.
I love it.
So she was
See?
tracking first downs.
That's why I always sit by her at the games.
But anyway, me and my sister-in-law, we got a friendly wager on games week to week, and we go against. We alternate picks against the spread, and right now I'm winning. I think I got 116, and she got 109 picks. So I'm ahead of her by 7 right now, and she's running out of time to catch me or pass me.
That's why your name changed from the Red Hot Man to Big Game Bob.
Exactly. But anyway, at the games, I'd like to quiz Mike about what's the spread on this and who you picking and such as that. But for this podcast, I'm just going to reach out and talk to you about the teams that's in the final 12. We got Alabama playing OU at OU, and I think it's Alabama and -1.5. Is that
I haven't looked.
okay?
Bob.
I'm pretty sure it's Alabama -1.5. But
Now, my sister and Bob, this is what they do the entire football season.
But I just wanted to say the point spread. But I wanted your opinion on winning straight up. Who you got picked for this OU Alabama?
Bob, I haven't picked yet, but I will tell you, since it came out and we were playing Alabama, I went back to coaching mode. Now, I don't have the computers and all that, so I've seen the game 4 times. I got a couple more times to watch it, and I'd only watched it and broke it down from the offensive standpoint.
Right.
Because I really want to know what's going on offensively.
Yeah.
And I haven't crunched the numbers yet, but what I see is, and probably everybody knows this, is I went back and watched Washington State play a couple of games to just see what material was doing. The only thing that really sticks out right now before I crunch those numbers is our vertical passing game. I don't see it.
With OU?
Yes.
Yeah.
And looking at some of the strength down and distance and looking at right and left hash where the ball is and everything, we are very boundary oriented. I don't know if that's Mateer's hand, throwing the ball deep, throwing the ball across the field. I don't know. I think he might still be dealing with some injuries. He
Yes,
doesn't look
think-
like the same guy that was at Washington State.
Exactly. I think he's throwing hand right thumb is the one that's injured. If you can't get a good grip on that ball, it's going to sail on you. It's going to slip out and sail on you. And the last few games he's been overthrowing them. And I think it's part of the hand injury too.
I think the rest is going to do him right.
Yeah, and I don't think the games that he was coming back, they didn't really want him to run much. Scared he's going to hurt his hand. He said, you give it to the running backs and you throw that ball, don't be running. And now he's running a little bit, and maybe with this 2 weeks off, maybe his hand is healed up a little bit. So,
and you look at it a little further, our defense is unreal. So I really hadn't watched a lot of that, but you look at what we do. We come out in that first drive, usually we give up yardage.
yes.
And I think, as a defensive guy myself, and Brent being a defensive guy, I think he's just seeing matchups.
Yes.
And I bet when they come over, he talks to every one of them. There's 11 battles going on. Can you win your battle? Can you? And then he adjusts his defense to where he thinks we might be weak.
Yes,
and we lock down.
He's a master at it, and I mean, it took him a little bit to get players together, and they're understanding the scheme. Just like a chess player, he can see what's going on out in the field, and he can make adjustments pretty quick after the first series usually.
And he's done that all year.
He's done it all year.
And then I think as he sees that, when I took the head job at Lindsay, we're going to run the ball, we're going to punt, we're going to play good defense.
Right.
It worked.
Yep.
And I think Brent might have, I don't know, Brent may have the reins on the offense a little bit, maybe, because he knows he can control the game from the defensive side. So let's run the ball, let's throw it to the boundary, let's show short passes. If we break one, great. If not, defense is going to win us the football game.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so
Now, you take that one more step, Bob. I'm not saying we're defensive people. We're going to do that because we did win a national championship under Bob Stoops, who was a defensive coordinator.
exactly.
13-2, but what did Bob do eventually? He hired some good people and turned them loose.
Yeah, he got the people and got the offense in high gear. to
Yeah,
say the
so
least.
I mean, and Brent was there. He knows. Brent
Yeah.
knows.
I'm going to stay faithful. I'm going to pick OU.
I don't know, Bob. I mean,
Okay,
I'm
non-committal.
going to pick OU also because they're at home.
Yeah,
But you look back at that last game, they had twice the yardage we did.
yeah.
We had a punt return down to their 20. We had an interception return for a touchdown. We had a fumble at their 30.
Exactly.
And we're
It's gonna
kicking
be-
field goals.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, and I can't imagine Alabama making that many mental mistakes again. We're in the mix, and I'm thankful that Venables has got them together in the mix anyway.
For that being said, I'm taking Oklahoma.
Okay. All right, let's move on to Miami and Texas A&M real quick here. Who you got on that one?
I just spent the weekend with a family Christmas with 2 Aggies. And after doing that, I think Miami's going to be able to outscore A&M.
Okay.
I'm going to take
that's,
Miami.
I think Miami on an upset and it's going to win too. Next game, Tulane and Ole Miss. I think I think Ole Miss is going to spank them.
I agree. I mean, you see what happened with Lane Kiffin leaving and everything, and 2 days later he's sending back his offense coordinator. 2 days later he's sending 3 more coaches back to coach the offense. So yeah, I think they're going to be all right.
Yeah. Then the other game is Oregon and James Madison. I think that's going to be a scoring fest on Oregon's.
Is it at Oregon?
Yes. It'll at home.
Oregon's first game at home.
Okay,
James Madison.
The 4 teams that got to bye. Let me back up. Oregon's at home.
Okay.
The other 4 teams is Indiana, Georgia, OSU, and Texas Tech. They got to bye. Will that game be at?
No, that'll be neutral.
Okay.
Say
neutral.
OU wins, we
That's
play
Rose Bowl,
Indiana
isn't it?
at the Rose Bowl. Yes.
Okay.
If A&M wins, they'll get probably Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl.
Okay.
So yeah, the 4 major bowls are part of this
Okay.
moving forward.
I wondered
Just-
how they did that. I wasn't sure. So
Yeah, I think this is the first year that they've had 12 in the round teams were home. Actually home. Is that right or wrong?
Last year,
okay.
I think, was the first year.
Okay. Indiana will be playing either Alabama or OU. Who would you pick on that?
If it's OU, I think OU's defense matches up well versus Indiana.
Okay.
But Indiana has a defense that's just as good as OU's. But I just think what they do offensively, OU can
Right.
play with them.
Yeah.
If it's Alabama, I'll probably take Indiana.
Okay. Georgia, more than likely, is going to be playing Ole Miss. And I'm saying Georgia on this one.
I'm going with you on Georgia.
Okay. Then we got Ohio State playing Miami or A&M, and I think Ohio State would win against either one of them.
Agree. Ohio
Okay.
State.
And we're not doing the point spread because they're not even out yet for these matchups. And Texas Tech playing more than likely Oregon, and I think
That'll be a
would
barn burner.
I was going to say
think that'll
it's going to be a
be
good game.
I think that may be one of the best games. Texas Tech is playing really good, winning by big margins, and they're not getting, in my view, a whole lot of credit for what they've done. I still think Oregon's going to beat them.
I'll go with Oregon as well.
Okay. End of the day, who would you pick as the championship of right now?
Ohio State, Georgia.
Ohio State and Georgia. I tend to agree. And Georgia and Kirby Smart, he's going to be hard to beat. He's been trained under Nick Saban for years, hasn't he?
Yes.
I think he puts a better game plan together than the other coaches, Coach Day, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So, but I may be wrong.
But what I don't want to see is Ohio State, Oregon, Indiana, and Georgia in it, because I don't want to see 3 Big Ten teams in the Final
Exactly.
Four.
Anyway, that's what we got for our football picks. We'll kind of keep track of it when it's all said and done. Maybe we get Mike back here and go over it. Some of it.
See how many I missed.
Exactly.
I should be devil's advocate and go against y'all on each one of them to see what happens.
Well,
I'm joking.
I used to bet in the football games every week. I'd 5 or 10 picks. There was a lady in Lindsay. She contacted me, and she was 80 something at the time. Wanda Street was her name. Contact me, says my bookie is not taking any bets anymore, and I know that you and Bobby, my friend, do bets. Would you be interested in taking my bets? We said, yeah, sure, we'll do that. That year, she absolutely kicked our ass. And she was betting 5 to 8 games, a few $100s every game. And we took it without the juice, which is, if you was betting with a bookie, you'd have to pay the juices up to 10%. So we said, we'll do it without the juice. She kicked our butt. Next year she come, I said, we'll do it, but we're charging you juice this time. And she kicked our ass again. So I tell people that's when I quit betting. This 80-year-old lady was absolutely kicking our butt. Now I tell people instead of making bets with actual money, I bet in my mind. I lost my mind.
Isn't she the one that we were at the casino with her and her daughter, and she won didn't she win like a big
yeah, Wanda, like I said, she's closing in on 90 now, and her daughter's 70 plus.
Mm-hmm.
So Wanda would be 90 plus. Anyway, me and Kara, we see Wanda at casino, and it was a
Kentucky Derby? Isn't that what it was?
Kentucky Derby weekend, and I said, "Hey, Wanda," she said, sit table with us, and I'm making these bets and blah blah blah, and I'll tell you who to bet if you run up there and bet for me. And so I'd bring her back the stub and give it to her. Then after each race, so, oh yeah, I won that one. Well, I took one ticket up there, and they looked at. I gave them a ticket, and they looked at me and said, "We can't cash that one here. You got to go upstairs and cash
IRS.
Yeah,
So next thing we know, she's got security taking her to her car.
yeah, it was like she had a parlay of horses, and she won on that particular one $3,200.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I took up several, and they'd give me $100 to $600. I said, Jesus Christ, Wanda!
She just grinned.
She just grinned.
It's easy, Bob. Huh? It's easy.
Yeah.
she. But her husband ran a pool hall at Lindsay, Oklahoma, and he was a huge gambler. And I think Wanda picked it up from her husband, Dr. And he did really well. And Wanda, she did really well. But anyway, that's kind of a good story.
And she's beautiful. She's
Yeah.
a really pretty lady.
Well, she was a school teacher at Lindsay when I was in third grade. She'd been there forever. But yeah. But anyway, we've been on here about 30 minutes already, so we're just gonna go over the football, talk to Mike, doing our podcast, and Mike says we're probably gonna go viral, and I said, that'll be all right. We'll deal with it when all
Get that picture of you handsome men on there, and they'll be like, yeah.
I might need to sign a contract or something today.
There you
Well,
go.
yeah, yeah. It'd
Yeah.
be the only contract you sign is a non-disclosure agreement.
So don't go compete, huh?
What goes on in them
compete
garage
clause
stays
in
in the
there?
garage.
Yeah.
No. Let's have before we wrap it up, I want to have one silent moment for Coach Sharon Moore of Michigan. God bless your soul.
Idiot.
Anyway.
Dumbass.
Yeah. But that's going to be it for today. Always remember, time's a gift. Enjoy your friends while you got a chance. Thanks. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.